I'm pretty sure everyone knows me. I'm Kathleen Nelson. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about why we never should stop learning.
You need to slide in.
Now, something I want you to all think about is go back to your favorite Christmas. You're probably 6 or 7. You had all your dreams, all your wishes, all your hopes, and you probably were thinking that you were going to get the best presents ever. You're probably thinking you're going to get things from Santa, whether it be your pony, whether it be a castle, a race car, whatever it was going to be, you were going to have amazing Christmas. Now, when I was 6 years old, that didn't happen. When I was 6 years old, my mother came to me and said, "I am so sorry. I don't know what's going to be under the tree. I'm so sorry. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get you anything. I'm so sorry." Now, you have to realize, my mother at the time was a single mother of 3 children, and on top of that, she didn't have an education. She had a certificate. Now, you can imagine how that may have been difficult for a 6-year-old. I didn't know what I was going to do, and I didn't know if I was going to get anything for Christmas at all that year. Now, we can see that L. Tom Perry has a few things to say to us concerning education. He says, if we make an effort to obtain the best education available to us, we are in a better position to be self-sufficient and not to become a burden on the society in which we live. This is from the October General Conference of 1998. We can see here that with less than a high school education, it says that all workers are going to make less than $504,000. Or sorry, it's not less than $504,000. It says that you're going to make less than about $800 a month. As we go up, the numbers keep on going up. The more education you gain, the more money you're going to be able to make to support your family. Now, you can see from going to a high school diploma, you can get almost 120 points more in earnings just getting some college. Getting an associate degree, it goes up even more. Now, we know the Lord, when He speaks, that He has something important to tell us. He tells us, as all have not faith, seek ye diligently, and teach one another words of wisdom. Yea, seek ye out the best books, words of wisdom, seek learning, even by study, and also by faith. And that's found Doctrine and Covenants 109, verse 7. Now, one of the best things about continuing our education is the fact that it gives us a less risk for dementia. So that's wonderful. We're going to have a better life. We're going to be able to do more with our lives, and it's going to be a more productive life even when in our later years. They found that through education, we actually change the way our brains work. We actually are firing off more neurons, and the chemistry and the actual makeup of the brain actually changes. I have a short clip for you.
For years, scientists believed that the brain was static, unchanging, and locked, but our understanding has changed drastically to the point where we now see the brain as plastic and constantly changing. But what if I told you that simply thinking could affect not only the way your brain works, but its physical shape and structure as well? It turns out this is exactly what happens. From a neuroscientific standpoint, imagining an action and doing it require the same motor and sensory programs in the brain. For example, if you were to close your eyes and imagine the letter B, the primary visual cortex lights up in the same way it does when you look at the letter on the screen. Take a moment and imagine yourself writing out your signature with your dominant hand. Chances are, the amount of time it takes you to simply imagine doing it is similar to how long it actually takes to write it out. Try doing the same thing with your non-dominant hand, and it actually takes you longer to write and imagine. How is this relevant? Well, because imagination and action are actually integrated and engage the same neural pathways, practicing one actually influences the other. One fascinating study took 2 groups and had them practice piano for 2 hours a day, except one group was only allowed to use mental practice. They couldn't touch the piano, but would sit in front of it and imagine practicing. The surprising result? The exact same physical changes took place in the motor cortex of both groups. And after 3 days, their accuracy in playing was the exact same. Beyond 5 days, the physical practice group did begin to excel faster, but the imagination group, when given the chance to practice physically, was able to catch up to their skill level quickly. Perhaps more incredible is an experiment which used imagination in an effort to strengthen muscles. Both groups did the same vigor muscle exercises for 4 weeks, though one group simply did it mentally. Those who actually did the physical exercise increased their strength by 30%, while those who imagined doing it increased their muscle strength by 22%. This is because the neurons responsible for the movement instruction were still being used and strengthened, resulting in increased strength when the muscles actually contracted. So, while your thoughts don't have some mystical or magical power, mental practice is an effective way to prepare for a physical skill. Each thought actually changes the structure and function of your brain by affecting the neurons at the microscopic level. Though, as much as we wish you could sit there and become the next Mozart, it won't happen without a lot of hard physical work. But a little imagination never hurts. This episode of ASAP.
Alright, so now we're going to go on. And as you can see, when he was talking about neurons and how they're going to be firing, we're going to look at the difference between two brains here. This brain on the left-hand side is going to be showing you what a brain of a normal person looks like, and the brighter colors it is, the more orange and red it is, that means the more neuro signals that are being fired off. As you can see over on the right-hand side, this is mostly blues and dark colors. That means that there are literally holes in the brain. This is an Alzheimer's brain. There's not much going on. You can see how difficult this would be for the average individual to function and exist. Now, there's lots of ways that we can never stop learning. Some of these can include crafts, whether you enjoy knitting, whether you enjoy doing something with your hands, such as jewelry making, or even if you enjoy painting or drawing. As you're physically doing something, you're making those signals fire, which is, again, strengthening your brain, and the best part is you're going to have less of a risk for Alzheimer's. You can also do hobbies such as woodworking, or possibly in your garden, out working on your cars. Any of this is going to be wonderful for you. You're doing it with your hands, you're learning new skills. Ballroom dancing is another thing that has also proven this. Foreign languages is another great asset. If you're planning on going someplace, chances are you want to understand what they're speaking. You're not going to want to go to China without basic Cantonese language. You're not going to want to go to Rome unless you understand basic Italian. You're not even want to go deep into Mexico unless you have a basic understanding of Spanish. So it allows you a greater cultural opportunity. And again, as we learn something new, we're learning to fire those new neurons, which is going to strengthen our brain and keep it stronger longer. Another wonderful thing that we can do is advancing our skills. This includes such things as CMEs, which is continuing medical education. This is for those people that are actually in medicine. They are required to take certain courses every so often to continue practicing. It's also in certain states, if you're a nail technician or an esthetician or a beauty stylist, you have to, again, continue your education and learn your new skills and new techniques that are applied. We can also learn new things in your career. This would include such things as learning to do an Excel worksheet, getting better with Excel, getting better with Outlook, getting better with any computer program, or just something that is skill-based with your hands, such as giving a presentation. Another thing you can do is work towards furthering your education. If you already have a bachelor's in your particular science, then you could go for a master's. This is going to, again, strengthen those neurons, which helps you not get dementia, and also is going to help you provide better for your families. Now I'm going to challenge you all that just as the Lord's told us that we should continue our education, we need to start today. It's not something to wait for, because it's going to be important to you, it's going to be important to your family, it's going to be important to your physical and mental health, but most importantly, it's going to be important to the Lord. Thank you.